What's up, guys? Welcome back to part 4 of my Bootstrap tutorial series, and if you've not watched my previous series, I advise you to do that right now unless you just want to learn about tables. But if you want the full Bootstrap lowdown, I would watch the intro through part 4, which this is part 4. Today we're going to be learning about tables. So let's get right into the code. So first we're just going to make a nice little table, and then we're going to adjust it with Bootstrap. So first let's just make the table, and then Bootstrap has a class of table, and then I'm going to end it off, and there we go. So that will be our table. We can add a bunch of stuff in it. I'm just going to make like a name list. So like say you have an email list, first name, last name, email. So first we're going to have a table head with a table row and a couple table head. And so just going to do like maybe first name and first name and maybe a last name, and then finally email. Alright, so that will be in the head, which will be styled just slightly different, and then end it off the table row, end off the head, and I'm just going to indent this a little bit. There's the head, there's the table row, just to get a little bit better look of what is like associated within each other. So now you got a table body, and then that is going to be this one. And then now I have the table row with, so then each of these is going to be the first name, last name. It's going to follow this pattern. So very simple. I'm just going to put a TD, just going to put my name. Alright, then my last name, and then this won't be my actual email, but don't type this in because it won't go to me, it'll go to some random guy. That's ethan@gmail.com. That's just something I just made up. And then we're just going to do that multiple times. Alright, so I'm just going to copy this row to make just 3 rows. And then I'm just going to make Bob, or just going to make up some random names. Johnson at A. Johnson. These are all fake, by the way. Then we're gonna need Joseph. What's a common last name? Oh, let's just make it Nielsen. Alright, so let's see how this looks in our browser. Alright, so pretty nice looking table here. Just the main Bootstrap styling. I'm going to show you how to style it a little bit differently now. So you can add the table, the class up here, table, and then you can go table striped. That'll add just this effect right here. Now you can see this is dark gray, and then this is white. Makes a little bit cooler effect, and then you can also have it bordered, since there's no borders right now. If you want it to look like a standard classic table, you can do border, and that'll just make it look like a standard table. Then another one, you can have hover. I prefer this one, and so you can just hover on each person, then maybe add a link to their email on the hover. But if you know how to do that. But then there's also condense, just to add a little bit less padding. If you want to use your space, a little less space, just less padding. Now another thing that we can do that's pretty cool is we can go up to the division container and then add a class of table responsive. And what this will do is it will resize it. So say when I resize this, oh, I forgot to save it. Don't forget to save it and refresh. Alright, so now you can see when it's a very small size, it'll just have this little scroll bar at the bottom, which makes it a little bit more responsive, but it's the same exact thing at the regular desktop size. Another thing you can do is go to the row and say, if you watched my last video, you noticed that I saw that I put in typography, you can have success like background, text. You can also do that with rows. So say you have tr class equals success, and as you can see this one turns green, so maybe you want to say these are still in the list, and then maybe you can do a T danger, maybe a T class warning, I don't know. And you have red, you have a bunch of different colors. And that's about it for this, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next Bootstrap series. See you next time.